Welcome to Module 4, Section 7 of your California Contractor License Exam Prep course. This section focuses on a crucial part of running a compliant and professional contracting business, hiring workers, using subcontractors correctly, and understanding employment law basics. Whether you plan to run a solo operation or manage a growing team, the way you classify, pay, and oversee your labor force will have a major impact on your legal exposure, job performance, and business success. Let's start by understanding the difference between employees and independent contractors. Many small contractors prefer to avoid payroll responsibilities and choose to hire independent contractors instead. But California has very strict rules about who can legally be treated as an independent contractor based on what's known as the ABC test under Assembly Bill 5, AB 5. To classify someone as an independent contractor, you must prove that A. The person is free from your control and direction. B. They perform work outside your usual course of business. And C. They are customarily engaged in an independently established trade. This means that if you hire someone to perform construction work, your core business activity, you likely must classify them as an employee, not a contractor. Misclassifying workers to avoid payroll taxes, workers' compensation, or labor law requirements is illegal and can lead to fines, back wages, and even license penalties from the CSLB. Employees must be paid in accordance with California wage and hour laws. This includes paying at least minimum wage, overtime pay when required, and providing meal and rest breaks. You must also withhold payroll taxes, pay unemployment insurance, and provide workers' compensation coverage. Workers' comp is mandatory for all employees, even a single part-time worker. If you operate without required coverage, CSLB can suspend your license and impose major penalties. Now let's talk about subcontractors. As a B2 contractor, you will often work with subcontractors who are licensed in specific trades, such as C10 electricians, C36 plumbers, or C20 HVAC contractors, to complete work outside your license scope. This is entirely legal and expected, but you must make sure each subcontractor is licensed and active with CSLB in the correct classification, has valid workers' compensation insurance if they have employees, has a written contract with your business. Never subcontract work to someone who is unlicensed or improperly licensed. You, as the prime contractor, are responsible for ensuring all work performed under your contract is legal and up to code. If you hire an unlicensed individual and something goes wrong, CSLB may discipline your license, and you could be held financially liable. It's also important to understand that subcontractors are not your employees. You should not direct their daily tasks, set their hours, or require them to work under the same rules as your staff. If you control how they perform their work, the state may decide they're misclassified, opening the door to labor violations and penalties. All subcontractor agreements should be in writing and clearly outline scope, payment terms, insurance requirements, and timelines. This helps prevent misunderstandings, improves accountability, and protects both parties in case of disputes. Now, let's discuss the hiring process. If you're bringing on employees, you'll need to comply with federal and state employment laws starting on day 1. That includes completing a W-4 and I-9 form, reporting the new hire to the California New Employee Registry, and providing required notices like wage statements and workers' compensation disclosures. You must also display labor law posters in a visible location at your workplace or job site. One of the most important practices is maintaining a safe and respectful work environment. Discrimination or harassment based on race, gender, religion, age, or other protected characteristics is illegal. You must ensure your workplace complies with Equal Employment Opportunity (EO) standards and provide training as required under California harassment prevention laws. If you terminate an employee, you must follow California's rules regarding final paychecks. All wages earned must be paid immediately if the employee is fired or within 72 hours if they quit without notice. Failure to pay timely final wages can result in waiting time penalties. 1 day of wages for each day the payment is delayed, up to 30 days. On the CSLB Law and Business exam, you can expect questions on worker classification, payroll responsibilities, subcontractor licensing requirements, and employment law basics. These questions are designed to ensure you understand how to operate legally, protect your license, and run a fair workplace. In summary, properly managing workers and subcontractors is one of your most serious responsibilities as a licensed contractor. Classify workers correctly, carry required insurance, comply with payroll and labor laws, and hire licensed subs with clear written contracts. Doing this right avoids lawsuits, protects your business, and sets you up for long-term professional success.